Give me some peace of mind again. 'Cause I've been walking up and floating off the edge. It's starting, I think I need the rain, so I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you said.
Gentlemen, hello. What's up, boys? I apologize. I was supposed to start 20 minutes ago, but I got into a text conversation with my dad, and I didn't want to leave him like on red. You know what I mean? So we were kind of going back and forth. But we are live. We are here. We are thriving, per usual. I don't have any like sports shout-outs tonight. I'm trying to think. I don't think anything major happened. Oh wait, fucking DARRYN Peterson thinks he's going #1 overall. So we're talking about that. We're gonna watch the SportsCenter clip. It's like 6 minutes. Then we're gonna scroll on Twitter, and then who knows? Again, we're gonna ramble. We're starting at 9:30ish tonight, you know, a little earlier, but who knows how late I go? Again, I always say this: it might be 40 minutes, it might be 2 hours. It always ends up being way longer than 40 minutes, so I would not expect that. But who knows? You never know. Maybe tonight's the night. But it probably will go longer than it normally does. So here we are. We're thriving. Trying to think what else we'll talk about. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff on Twitter here. So we'll talk about DARRYN Peterson and the ripple effect of that. We'll talk about AJ DeBonsa likely being our pick, which isn't a bad thing, dude. Which is funny because last night I was like, I think I have AJ third, but like now that this has all come out, I'm like changing my mind. I'm like, maybe I want AJ 1. So like, I don't know. I still think I'd take DARRYN 1, but AJ 2 has been 6, so I'm not mad about that if that's the actual outcome. But yeah, so I'll turn the music down a little more. Sorry. Again, it's louder for me than it is for you, but I need to think. But we will jump into this video here from SportsCenter and just see what they were talking about, what they're thinking, and then go on from there.
Peterson gets around his man. A right hand hammer! A poster dunk!
The NBA's been doing mine since I was a little kid, so see my name called and to walk across the stage, just think about all the stuff I've been through. Just a piece of it paying off.
One of the most anticipated drafts in decades, just 8 days away. Next week on Tuesday and Wednesday from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Plenty of twists and turns between now and the draft. Our Shams Charania is here again with a developing story regarding DARRYN Peterson of Kansas. Shams, what's the latest?
George, DARRYN Peterson, potential top pick, visited with the Washington Wizards last week. But that's not the interesting part. The major wrinkle here, about a week from the NBA draft, is multiple sources tell ESPN that DARRYN Peterson has made the decision to only work out and visit with the Washington Wizards. He is not granting anyone else any access to him, any other workout or visit with him. He's only visiting with a #1 pick team in the Wizards. I'm told Peterson has met with and worked out multiple times in Washington, D.C. and in the Los Angeles area with the Wizards. AJ DeBonsa, the other player expected to be either the #1 or #2 overall pick, he went and visited with both the Wizards and the Utah Jazz. This is a case where my understanding is both DARRYN Peterson and AJ DeBonsa believe they will be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And multiple lottery.
What's interesting about that point is that they both think they're going to be #1. So whoever we get it to, if it's one of the two of them, not Cam Boozer, whoever we get it to, is going to be like fucking revenge tour, dude. You didn't take me 1. F every other team, dude. Y'all are screwed. Like, that's kind of like mentality I would hope that either one of them would have. So I think Washington's really just helping us out here. DP's helping us out. I don't know. We'll get more into it, but like, I don't know, it works out really well. Like, either we get AJ DeBonsa with more motivation or we get DARRYN Peterson with more motivation. Like, I don't know. Kind of a win for us. I don't know.
teams, including the Utah Jazz at number 2, are taking very key note in the fact that Peterson, as of right now, is only visiting the top-seeded team.
All right, Shams, thank you so much. Despite those reports, no major changes atop of the new mock draft up on ESPN.com right now from our draft expert, Jeremy Wu. AJ Debonsa going number 1 to the Wizards, followed by Darren Peterson, and Cam Boozer going to Utah and Memphis. So let's bring in the man behind the mock, our draft expert, Jeremy Wu, alongside our front office insider, Bobby Marks. Jeremy, there's been so much talk about AJ at 1. How surprising is it that Peterson will only work out for Washington?
Hey, George, yeah, I think the strategy itself may come as a little bit of a surprise, but the fact that Peterson is a strong candidate here, clearly, at number 1 is not. I think all season we've talked about him. He came into the year number 1 on my board. He may end at number 1 on my board because the medical concerns that teams have had as he dealt with cramping during the season at Kansas, those concerns seem to have been assuaged by his medicals. Sources have told me teams are not seriously concerned with that. I think this strategy here is just about clearing the path for him to go number 1. And I think it signals his comfort level, not only with Washington, but just his status as a top pick, no matter what.
Bobby, what's the impact of Peterson's decision here?
Yeah, I don't really see much
Before you start speaking, fuck you, Bobby Marks. That's all I have to say.
of an impact, certainly from the Jazz perspective here. I think when you look at it, if this was before this current collective bargaining agreement, when the medical information wasn't shared as much as it was currently right now. Now it's mandatory to go to Chicago. Every team has Darren Peterson's medical information. There's certainly a comfort level as far as seeing him on the court here. It doesn't bother me that he's not going there to visit if he's there at number 2 when they're picking. I think the more teams you talk to, there is certainly a consensus that there's probably 3 number 1 picks in this year's draft when you look at Debonsa, Peterson, and even Cameron Boozer here. So I still think they're in a strong position where they are at number 2 as far as who is not there after Washington picks.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, we're getting AJ or DP. Frankly, like, again, it could be Cam Boozer. We've talked about it, but I don't see it happening at this point. I think, especially after today, this seems like, you know what I mean? Like, if DP goes 1, there's no way we're passing on AJ at 2. And if AJ goes 1, there's clearly the perception that he may be good enough to go 1, so we'd probably take him 2 now. So, kind of a little win-win for me. I don't know. We'll go on.
I mean, despite who goes 1 and who goes 2, it feels like the top 4 is the top 4. And the next big inflection point is with the Clippers at 5. You currently have Illinois freshman Keaton Wagler slotted in the 5th pick. Why?
I don't give a shit about Keaton Wagler, so... But that's interesting, dude. He still has AJ going 1, Darren 2, Cam 3, Caleb 4, which I do believe that at the end of the day, that is how it's going to go. But I don't know, dude. Like, in fact, now that I look at it, I think I agree with the order top 10 completely. I think I would trade Kingston Flemings and Michael Brown. No, I'd put Michael Brown 5, and then put Keaton Wagler 7. Yeah. So I'd switch Michael Brown and Keaton Wagler. That's the only difference there, but, like, I agree. So, who knows? Maybe DP goes 1, AJ goes 2. As I said, dude, either we get DP, who I think is the best player in the class, or we get Rainbow Face, bro. So, it's a win-win. Either we're going to be, like, really competitive and probably win a championship, or we're going to be really competitive and win a championship, but also have the publicity of Rainbow Face. So, like, I don't see the argument there, but whatever, dude. Whatever. In fact, I'm trying to think. There was a... Yeah, I wanted to watch this. This was a couple minutes long.
Darren Peterson is only meeting with the Wizards. He's not even meeting with anybody else.
Okay, so this is...
What?
But this just, like, isn't true.
What do you mean it's not true?
So how this reads like Shams is looking for clicks and people talking.
No. It says he's visited the Washington Wizards, who own the number 1 pick, but does not plan to grant another team a meeting.
So he went to Washington.
Correct.
Okay, but he's not going to go to Salt Lake. But he's met with the Jazz. Like, he's met with them. They're all at the Combine. Like, they all...
Yeah, they definitely had conversations. And there's reports of the Jazz staff was at like the LA workouts, the same ones that Washington was at. So the only thing is that he hasn't come to Utah and worked out, but I think the Jazz we have an idea. Like, we know what we're getting if we take him at 2. I think. I would hope.
All talked. Like, it's like he hasn't met with them or spoke with
you
them.
calling Cat Roser?
I'm just saying how it's worded. It's worded to make it be like to
big
stir
headline.
up buzz about, oh, could Peterson go number 1? When the reality is, like, dude, he's talked to all these. I would bet you Darren Peterson's talked to us.
But he hasn't worked out with them.
No.
And I don't know if he's talked to him.
Jaron didn't work out for us.
It says AJ DeBansta visited the Wizards and the Jazz. Both Peterson and DeBansta have belief they're going to be the top pick. Although Peterson does not plan to visit Utah before the draft, there's not considered by rival teams to be a major factor on whether the Jazz would select him.
Yeah.
There's a precedent for that thinking. And Austin Ames selected Ace Bailey 5th overall last year, despite Bailey's camp electing not to work out there.
Yeah, that really don't matter nowadays.
Huh?
Yeah. Really don't.
Preach, dude. We don't give a shit. We don't give a fuck, bro. Austin Ames is like, cool, dude. You don't want to be here? Come sit here for 7 years, dude. Learn our system. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're amazing. We're gonna take you. Sucks to suck, I guess. Like, I love that shit about the Angels, dude. They do not mess around with that. Like, if you're like not, as long as you're not a horrible guy, if you're a good dude but you don't want to play in Utah, we're like, I don't care. Come figure it out, dude. You're gonna like it. We're gonna force you to. And look at Ace, dude. He's having a good time. I'm not his friend. I don't know if he loves it. Maybe he still would prefer to be in Washington. I don't know, but I think he's having a better time than he expected. I would hope.
Matter nowadays if you work out for somebody or not.
Yeah, Jaron didn't work out for us.
Nah.
Well, and here's the other thing. If there's one thing you know regarding when I saw this, we don't know all that much about Darren Peterson. What we do know is this guy consistently gets great advice from the people around him.
Nah, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, he's number one pick in that area.
I mean,
he's number one pick in that area.
Yeah. He should join Ace Bailey, honestly.
Yeah.
He should be with Ace Bailey.
Questionable decision draft?
Yes.
And Darren Peterson goes number 1.
Just him and Ace Bailey.
Yeah.
2 guys that get tragically bad advice all the time.
All the time.
And they both gonna end up in Utah.
Bro, together. Holding hands.
Yes. Put him on the media guide.
Man.
Put him on the media guide.
Why now?
I mean, look, I will say this. It's not insane to think he could go number 1.
No.
I mean, he was ranked ahead of DeBonsta.
And he was cooking.
I tuned in for Kansas BYU and tweeted at the end of the first half, okay, I've seen enough.
Yeah.
And
he didn't play another minute.
I hate these kind of guys. Like, no offense, Chris Vernon, dude. Like, I know he's done a lot of other stuff when it comes to media, and he's like obviously like Grind City, whatever, like Memphis stuff right now. But like, how at this point do you not know how to say AJ's last name? You know what I mean? Like, he's saying like DeBansa, like saying the T going it's DeBonsa, like the T silent. It's like on, I believe, like DeBonsa, like it's not DeBansa, but like. I don't know. I just would hope if your team that you cover had the 3rd pick and a potential possibility of drafting this guy, you'd say his name right. I'd hope. But, you know, continue your shit, Chris Vernon.
I turned the game off, and then I went and checked my Twitter later that day, and people were like, good thing you turned it off at halftime because some bitch didn't come back out. I was like, oh, my God.
He knew you were watching the first half.
Play.
He knew you were watching the first half, bro.
He just stopped playing. He showed me enough.
Yeah.
And then he said,
I'm good.
I'm done. Dude, he was unbelievable.
Electric. That dunk,
oh my God.
That drive dunk on 2 people.
Well, that's like Gavoni.
Hey, I know, Gavoni said he always busted his ass.
He said never at any point when those two have been on the court together against each other in the last 2 years has DeBansa ever been better.
And that's my point, dude. Every time they played each other, Darren Peterson's been the best player. So that's why I still would take him number 1 overall. So like, kind of a sad thing today that he might go number 1 overall. But again, the consolation prize is AJ DeBonsa. Like, bro, what do you mean? The prodigal son gets to stay in Utah. Like, it's such a win. Such a win, dude.
Then Darren
This is what I tweeted out. Jalen found it.
Oh, my
Tuned in to
God.
check out Peterson and saw what I needed to see in the first half.
He turned the
Good grief, he's special.
Yeah.
Look at this. On all y'all.
2 people, bro.
Look at the score. They're beating their ass.
They are.
Tabasa couldn't do anything. And he was killing.
Killing.
Like out for blood.
And they said this how this how
So,
this is their
bro,
high
if
school.
I mean, honestly, I would just send that first half to Utah or to Washington and be like, check this out. Who you want, dumbass?
I mean, AJ
Look at
wants
the first 3 comments.
Glad you didn't watch the second half. But can he play second halves? You got to see his second half stats. Fresno Bob was not having it.
That was terrible.
Yeah, dude, his second half stats this year are fucking really good, aren't they? Shit. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much all. Like, we'll sit here and ramble more about the Darren Peterson situation as we get on Twitter, but like, I don't know, man. I really want him. I've been wanting him for, again, what is it, a month and a half now? A month and 3 weeks. I just think the fit is stupid, insane on our team. Darren Peterson, Keontae George for the next 8 years, whatever it may be, and then, I don't know. I really like that idea. But we can get into it here as we watch a little bit of AJ DeBonta highlights from James Hansen, dude. As he says, the greatest consolation in the NBA draft ever. Yeah. Like, congrats, you guys got Darren Peterson at 1. Like, we'll scoop up AJ DeBonta, the prodigal son. Like, it'll be great. But I was talking earlier to a friend. People were like, if we get DeBonta now, what does that mean for Ace Bailey? Is it too, like, you know, the shooting guard, small forward, like, is the position too cluttered? Like, what are we going to do? And I want to remind people, should use this camera. I would like to remind people that the Angels drafted Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, both of which have become superstars. One of them is a multi-time All-Star MVP candidate every year, and the other one is a Finals MVP. So, amazing players, okay? Ace Bailey is a higher touted prospect now than Jaylen Brown was at the draft. And AJ DeBonta is a higher touted prospect than Tatum was coming out of the draft. So, like, no, I'm not saying they for sure could become better than them, but the dream is there and the hope is alive. So, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. So while we watch these AJ highlights, just think about that. Like, not that he's gonna be Tatum, because Tatum's a little bigger, and like unless AJ fills out, which he certainly could, because Tatum was not super big coming out of the draft, but it'll be nice. So instead of like having a small forward, power forward, we're gonna have a shooting guard, small forward, but like they're all the same height, so like we're just getting bigger positionally. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Angels and Will Hardy can do with this lineup if we do get an AJ DeBonta. Fair warning, I don't believe he would start at least day 1. I've been saying that with both of them, whether it's Darren or AJ. I don't believe they would start day 1. Maybe a couple weeks into the season, later in the mid-season, end of the season, they could get in there. Especially for like wanting to be competitive and like they're the better choice and that's the right option there. But I just see next year being more of a developmental kind of year for AJ or Darren or whoever we get. Obviously we make the playoffs, it'd be fun. Try to compete, try to like get some lessons learned, but I wouldn't expect next year like a Cooper Flag type year from whoever we get. That normally happens on a team where they're going to get a lot of possessions, a lot of touches, where like AJ and DP probably might be able to, again, if injury concerns, if coaches like AJ DeBonta day 1 over Ace, then like maybe, I don't know. But just think about that. Likely this person, and by this person I mean AJ in this situation, is coming off our bench for the first little bit. So it'll be fun. And he's also 6'9" or whatever the fuck it is, and he'll be our shooting guard. So that's the consolation prize, the 6'9" shooting guard. So, whatever.
Wouldn't you bring Kate out for another middle ball screen, which worked really well? DeBonta to the drive. Oh my!
This is the consolation prize at least today.
Wouldn't you bring Kate out for another middle ball screen, which worked really well?
out to Devonsa. The freshman phenom in the lane, fading. Wow! He surveys. Caravan on him. In the lane, skinning to the left.
Kevin Young said, if you want to play with 11 other NBA players,
It's that kind of stuff that's just like really pretty, you know? It's not like, again, Richie Saunders is a good playmaker, so it's nothing that insane, but like getting the steal, pushing it in transition, kicking it to Richie Saunders, and Richie like having the intelligence to, like, know that Richie might be tossing to him, which I feel like most NBA players should have that intelligence, but it's just a good like check off the list, you know what I mean? Run, pass, go, lob, boom. And he didn't even call for it either. I don't think. He just went for it. They knew what to do. So, pretty impressive.
play injured and getting to play for the first time. Corner three.
Good shit. So, you know. As of today, that's who we're getting it to, you know? Rainbow Face? I don't know. Hard to complain. I don't know. It's a bad day if you're rooting for Cam Boozer to be in a Jazz jersey. Which again is funny because like that's what we did all night last night or this morning, whatever it was. Like I think what today has shown me is that it's either DP or AJ going too. Like this is either the Wizards trying to like think the Jazz want DP, so they're trying to leak this, so like we trade up to take him. I don't know, but like it just seems like because of this, the Jazz want DP means the Jazz want DP, and DP's camp like knows that. I don't know. It's really weird, but like basically Cam Boozer going to doesn't seem likely because it seems like the Jazz want one of the two of these guys. That's kind of the report that came out today, which made me feel really good because that's what I've been wanting. But who knows, dude? Maybe Cam Boozer goes one. I don't know shit about shit, so I don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm thinking. So yeah, Darren Peterson does not want to be drafted by the Utah Jazz per some random like Washington Wizards report. I already saw this earlier. I think. Okay, it's Dallas Mavericks fan. It can't be the real big haters. What time? What? Homie, you live in Kansas. Yeah, dude, fucking lived in Kansas. You don't want to come live in Utah? F off, dog. 8 days left. Here we go. Colby, another edit. What do you want? Taking the Jazz. Now the more I look at it, dude, that makes more sense, dude. It makes sense. But I still want Darren. I still want him, but that looks good, dude. I can't see that doesn't look good. That Utah across AJ's chest, you can't tell me that doesn't look good. So that's the argument there. Kind of crazy, dude. We might actually hold to the 40-minute mark tonight. I don't know. Unless some people come in and start like jumping, partying, dude. Throwing a rager in the comment section. Like, I don't know. We're already on the Twitter section. We're just rambling. I don't know. Yeah, dude. Who knows? The prodigal son coming back to the state. Could be nice. And I think we would, I don't even think, I know we would develop him better than Washington would, so. I don't know. I think in the long run, it may be better for him to go 2 than 1. And maybe he wants it, like, I don't know. I know going number 1 is like such a bragging, like, right thing. Like, I was the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, but like, wouldn't you rather go 2 to like the place where people already fucking love you and branding and all that? Like, I don't know. See, Walker Kessler is the blank best center in the NBA. I don't know. Let's see, AJ. What do we got? 11th. Let's see. I'd have to make a hard list here. Okay. Wemby's over him for sure. Jokic over him for sure. Cat over him for sure. I'm going to say yes on Mobley, yes on Bam, yes on Chet. At this point in the career, no on Gobert. I'm still taking him over Gobert. Joel, I'm taking Joel over him, but that's only for like another 2 years. Probably not after that. I sound so dumb. I sound like such a Walker Kessler believer right now. I'm taking him over Jalen Duren. I know Jalen Duren made an all-star game. I don't know. Jalen Duren didn't look good in the playoffs. So, like, we'll see what Walker Kessler does. I think I am taking Jalen over him right now, but we'll see what Jalen and Walker like compared to in the next year. This might change. Jared Allen. I don't know. I'd have to look at Jared Allen's like offensive and defensive rebounding numbers. But like shot blocking, probably the same. Maybe a little more efficient on that level, but I don't know, he might be. So like, yeah, probably Jared Allen too. I'm taking Kessler over Hartenstein, straight up. I'm sorry, Hartenstein. I've never been a Hartenstein believer to that degree. Yeah. And then Naz Reid. We had that conversation yesterday about Naz Reid. I would still take Kessler over Naz Reid. Like, Naz Reid is a sixth man kind of guy. At least he was. And I don't know what he did last year, but so yeah, he's the 10th best center in the league, which I will take. If the worst player on our team offensively is the 10th best center, the 10th best at his position, like, okay, like, I'm okay with that. You know, that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. So Jokic, Sengun, Zubac, Adebayo, Gobert, Towns, Sabonis, Wembanyama are better. Around the level of Clean and Duren, like them, he's on the rise. I don't know. I mean, 2 years ago I would have agreed with the Sabonis take, but I don't. To be fair, I didn't watch like any Sacramento Kings games this year because they're fucking trash. So are we though, but like I'm a Jazz fan, so I have to. But like I don't know how much he played either. Maybe somebody sent me like 2026, 2025 highlight tape of a fucking Sabonis, and maybe I'll disagree. I don't know. But at this point in their career, I think I would have Kessler, especially at the price of their contract too. Like I know that wasn't the question. The question is like who's the best. It's like obviously like it might be Sabonis, but like going forward, salary wise and everything, I think I'd rather have Kessler, age wise, you know. So, yeah, interesting debate, dude. Also, shout out Dallas, dude. Dallas got a niece, dude. If you guys haven't been following, Dallas is the Twitter GOAT. OG Anunoby is fried,
talk about
dude.
the difference Coach Brown made and how
Let's
he brought
see.
you all together.
He's been great.
He still has no idea what's going on.
He's been awesome at doing this too, is listening to us and just hearing us.
That's an all-time sports moment right there, dude. What the fuck is going on? Is this fake? Is this real? Is he playing a character? There's no way this is real. Right? There's no way.
He's been great. Mike's been great.
That's fucking funny, dude. That's an all-time moment, dude. He is fried. Not that I know what the fuck that means, but you know. After hearing the recent reports, I am a little more concerned about DP's Kobe rebrand. Oh yeah, he did do that, huh? I don't know. Kobe forced his way to LA on draft night. Interesting. I mean, if he wants to force his way to Washington, have at it, bro. I've never understood that narrative. Like, I was having a debate with like 2 different people today, like one on Twitter, one on Instagram, like one on Twitter, one on YouTube, I think. The whole argument that people are trying to force their way to Washington, this is my perspective. I may be fucking way biased and way wrong here. The reason they're trying to push for Washington, I believe, is because they're going to be the number one option guaranteed, because Washington fucking sucks. No one's ever going to be like, I want to go to Washington and then steal their fucking job. And they don't have to compete with somebody at their position. Like, that's one thing. Second, Washington does the Washington, whatever it's called, Washington contract, I forget what they used to call it, where they would just pay people fucking absurd money when they didn't deserve it. Look at Bradley Beal's contract. Look at Gilbert Arenas' contract. Gilbert Arenas tore his fucking knee up, and they're like, the owner's like, I'll reward you, bro. We're gonna, like, what do you mean? So yeah, if you want to make a ton of money and go to like 9 All-Star games or something, Washington makes maybe a lot of sense. But if you want to go somewhere and still probably be the #1 option, and then maybe make the finals a few times, maybe, or Western Finals, maybe win a championship or two, who knows how the luck rolls out, and still make a fuck ton of money, like, I just don't understand that. And also, like, Washington, like, I get Washington DC is like a bigger city, obviously, it's the nation's capital, there's all that kind of stuff. I don't know what the club situation looks like in that aspect. I don't know what the house pricing is comparatively. Like, I don't know the logistics. But I know the homeless situation is way worse. Like, that I did Google. That's like a stupid metric. You shouldn't base everything off that. It's kind of a joke. But like, organizationally, like, fun fact for you guys, the Washington Wizards have not had a 50-plus win season since 1978-79. We've had 17 since then. So, like, why would you want to go? They've been in a rebuild for 7 years. Their most recent playoff success was a semifinals in 2017. Before that, it was fuck all. Like, what do you... The greatest thing that's happened to them in the last 40 years was the 3 years of Michael Jordan when he was past his prime, where they didn't even make the playoffs. Like, I don't know, man. Like, why would you want to go there if all this stuff all is even? That's why I think AJ is just like, I guess, dude. Like, maybe you do want me to go to Utah. I don't get it. I think for Darren, maybe it makes more sense for, like, playmaking reasons and being more of a #1 option, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I don't see the logistics behind it. Like, Will Dawkins is a good GM. They've been, like, formidable and, like, shown good stuff the last 4 years. Like, I'm not a hater of Alex Sarr. I think Sarr's a good player. I may be higher on Koulibaly than most people, but he's still not phenomenal in my mind. I think, Will Riley? I think he's alright. Is it Will Riley? Whatever, the kid they got last year that we traded them for Clayton Jr. And then, like, who else is there? Like, Trey Johnson's a stud. I like Trey Johnson. Like, I don't... Other than that, like, it's a good young core. But I look at Utah's core and I look at Washington's core. Like, what team would you rather be on as a #1 option? Like, so you're telling me either get to throw the ball to Trey Johnson in the corner or Anthony Davis in the paint and hope that Trey Johnson or Trey Young gives me the ball, or go to Utah where you're throwing lobs to Kessler, Markkanen, Jaren, whenever the fuck you want if you're Darren, and if you're AJ, fucking whatever you want to do on the court, dude. Good luck. Here's the ball. Do it. Like, there's just, I don't know. Darren, you do you, man. I know AJ would be happy to be here. Aside from being the #1 pick, I know organizationally stuff, AJ DeMonte fucking gets it. He fucking gets it. So he'd be happy to be here. So that's why I would almost prefer at this point, after today's stuff, to take AJ too. Because if Darren doesn't want to be here, which might be the rumor, also some people are saying that, like, they're still in contact with the team, so maybe he is open to being here. He just thinks he's going #1, so he's like, why the fuck would I fly to Salt Lake? Which I also get. So, like, if Washington told him they're taking him #1, why the fuck would you fly to Utah? You know what I mean? Like, why would you go from Washington Friday or Saturday, or whatever the fuck it was, or last, Thursday? It was late last week, I think, is when the workout was. Just to fucking fly all the way across the country to Utah if you know you're not going there? Like, so with that kind of stuff, if he doesn't want to be, like, if he's open to being here and he falls, then that's cool. But if he doesn't want to be here, respectfully, dude, I don't care if you end up being the best player. If you don't want to be here, I would gladly rather have AJ DeMonte. Gladly. So, that's my argument with it all. Who knows? From Kenny Beecham, dude. No. Kenny. Walker Kessler's not going to the Bulls. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening, Kenny. Unless you guys offer him $34 fucking million a year, then maybe it might happen. But if that's the case, then, like, we probably had already drafted Cam Boozer. You know what I mean? Because, like, even if it's $34 million and we don't have Cam Boozer, we're matching it. Just to trade him later, honestly. But if we draft Cam Boozer, then maybe it's like, we don't need him at that number. F off. So, it depends on who we draft. If we draft Cam Boozer, then maybe the Bulls get him. NBA draft will go to Bonta 1, Peterson 2, Boozer 3, book it. I agree. I'll be a happy guy if this is true. I agree. I do agree. Shout out Cole Dwan, dude, winning the Hockey League Sportsman Player of the Year. I don't know what that means, but shout out to Cole Dwan. I have not seen Obsession, dude. Is it good? I know she's attractive. That's all I've seen. Every time I've seen like the highlights and stuff of Obsession, I'm like, that's like the prettiest girl I think I've ever seen in my life. So, I don't know. Maybe I should watch it just for that reason alone. But let me know in the comments if Obsession is like really worth it. Everybody's saying that it's fucking amazing. And the guy who made it, the director, is fucking awesome. I've been watching his like internet meme skits for years. So like very funny. So I've been like told to go see it. I don't know if it's worth it. But those are a couple good reasons why I should. So maybe I should. I don't know. Let's see. I could read all this, frankly, but I don't want to get into the specifics. See, the Los Angeles Lakers, Indiana Pacers, Atlanta Hawks, Washington Wizards, Toronto Raptors, and New York Knicks have made significant pushes to trade for Walker Kessler in the past, per Sam Amick. I mean, sure, dude. We'll give him to New York for Jalen Brunson if that's what they want. Oh, you know what I mean? Toronto, you want to give us Scotty Barnes and picks for Walker Kessler? Okay, dude. That's too bad. Washington? We'll take the #1 pick for Walker Kessler, I guess. You know. Atlanta, if you want to give us Jalen Johnson, we'll allow it. But, like, that's the only maybe exception. Indiana? You know what? I'll take that Halliburton guy. He's pretty good. And then, like, LA? I hear Luka likes the mountains. So, if you want to, like, do that swap, we're also open to that. Bang our line, bro. The Angels are open to talking for those kind of trades with all those teams. But other than that, fuck off, dog. F you. That's my response to those kind of things. Danny Boy commenting on pretty girl stuff on Twitter. Danny Boy. My preferred draft scenario is the Wizards take AJ Bonsa 1 so that Utah can take Cam Boozer at 2 without having to say no to AJ. Bro, I've been saying this. If we said no to AJ and let AJ fall to 3, I don't know what I would do. I do not know what I would do. Like, my life might be ruined at that point. Like, I would understand us not taking DP, even though I have DP as the best player. I would understand it for, again, the medical reasons. Maybe he doesn't want to be here. Like, then I'd be like, whatever. But if we pass on AJ fucking Bonsa, that is the prodigal son, I've said it all night. Like, that's just moronic. So, again, I know people really like Cam Boozer and, like, they really want Cam Boozer, but it's AJ to Bonsa, dog. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple. So you walk with me for a second. Trade Walker Kessler to Atlanta for 8. Draft Cam Boozer at 2. Kingston Fleming's at 8. Sign Rob Williams in free agency. No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that even for a second. I know he's from Atlanta, so he may like being in Atlanta. And Quinn Snyder knows what to do with a center like that, so it may work out really well for Walker's career to be in Atlanta. But if we're being completely honest, I don't love the idea of Cam Boozer and Kingston Flemings. Like, I'd rather have Kessler and DeBonsa or Kessler and Peterson, so that just feels like we're trying to fill a need because we filled a hole that we didn't have, you know? Like, we're what is it? We're paying Paul to pay, like, whatever the fuck that analogy is, you know? We stole from Peter to pay Paul. Like, that's kind of the whole idea there. So I don't fully agree with that kind of concept, but people can dream, dude. People can dream. We'll see. Maybe we take Cam Boozer and everything I said is wrong and he just ends up being a beast. I don't know. But maybe we take Cam Boozer and he ends up fucking sucking and the other guys are amazing and I end up looking amazing. But I'd rather be wrong, dude. I'd rather be fucking wrong. So, I don't know.
You have Peterson #1 on your board, Derek. I'm curious about what you think his intentions are here and what your overall thoughts are about the strategy.
You're right. I do have Darren Peterson #1 on my board. I still think that he is, the top player in terms of like looking at his stuff holistically, extremely good off the ball. I think that's really important in the modern NBA. I still think there's like some on-ball funk hanging around that like he's going to be better on the ball than it appeared at Kansas. This though is really intriguing to me just because there were so many questions about Darren Peterson that like adding even more questions to the docket is very interesting from his camp. Like, I don't quite know what the thought process is. I understand there's like the competitiveness of, we've seen top prospects before say like, I'm the #1 pick. I'm only going to work out for the team at #1. But this is a little different, right? Like there were a lot of question marks around.
Is that the Jazzman in the chat? What's up, boys? And by boys, I mean 98% Spencer. What's up, dude? He caught me towards the tail end, dude. We're already at 40 minutes. I'm not that I'm not planning on going forever. Like, who knows? You know how I ramble. People get in here and chat. But we've watched the videos. We've been scrolling on Twitter for a minute, dude. Who knows? But you got in, dude. That's what matters. You can't get in the end. But yeah, dude. We've talked about most of the stuff. But yeah, man. And as I said earlier, like DeBonsa is a hell of a consolation prize if he ends up falling to 2 at this point. So I don't know. It's fun. It's interesting. We're just seeing what Kevin O'Connor has to say.
Around his season at Kansas, so I don't quite know what the strategy is. If it's to go to Washington and try to be the #1 guy, if it's to kind of posture to have the other 2 teams fight for him, I truly don't know. I think it's a very interesting decision from him and his camp.
I think it's about agency. Peterson and Keontae George are both represented by the same agency. Keontae George is an upcoming free agent 1 year from now, restricted free agency. I would be willing to bet that it has something to do with the fact they don't want both of their clients on the same team. They don't want Darren Peterson stealing touches from Keontae George and Keontae George getting paid less a year from now.
That's an interesting take. I didn't know they had the same agency. That's obviously a big factor, but I don't know. I just can't imagine Washington is like, oh, you don't want to go to Utah because you are afraid that your guys won't get paid as well? Yeah, okay, we'll take him at 1. Like, I don't think that's a fucking motivation for them at all. So obviously they may prefer him not going to Utah for that reason, but like, I don't think Utah gives a fuck the same way, like, or I don't think Washington gives a fuck the same way Utah didn't give a fuck that he's not working out with us. Like, it's all smoke, dude. It's just, that's what happens every draft season. They're just saying shit. It's the fact that we're in the top 2 or the top 3 now that it feels personal, that it's like, oh, this is happening to us. It happens every year. Every year this typically happens. Like last year, Dylan Harper wanted to go to Washington. Ace wanted to go to Washington. Con Knippel was supposed to go 6, and then from Charlotte took him. It's like, anything can happen, you know? It's the draft.
And Darren Peterson, they want him in the best possible situation to have the ball in his hands. Unlike Dylan Harper last year going to San Antonio, we saw the whole story about, shockingly, Devin Vassell saying at the podium that Harper was unhappy about touches and roll and all that over the course of the season. I can't believe Vassell actually said that. But that's a reality where if you go to Utah, you might be sharing the ball with Keontae George and other ball handlers they have, Isaiah Collier for that matter.
If you believe that Isaiah fucking Collier is taking all this shit, touches, or any kind of touch for that matter, over Darren Peterson, then you're fucking dumb. Like, you have no faith in yourself if you think Isaiah Collier is getting more touches than you did. Excited about the thought of us getting AJ after all. Yeah, dude, like, I've thought more and more about it throughout the day. Like, I kind of talked about it. I still do have Darren Peterson as the best player overall and the best fit for us, so don't think that I've switched on that. But like, I'm higher on AJ right now than I was at 4 a.m. this morning. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. As I said earlier, Danny Ainge took Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right? They both play the same position, basically. I know Tatum evolved more into playing the 4, and Brown can kind of play both, kind of play the shooting guard, but ideally they were both 3s when they were drafted. Well, we took Ace Bailey and maybe AJ DeBonsa in this situation. I would think it's. I made a point earlier, so if you've already heard this, I'm sorry, but I'm just telling Spencer. I think there's an argument to be made that Ace Bailey is a better prospect now than Jaylen Brown was coming out of Cal, which I think is a fair statement. And then I think AJ DeBonsa is a better prospect now than Jason Tatum was coming out of college. So if everything pans out right, like, that's a guaranteed championship, isn't it? Because Boston competed, they went to the finals, what, twice? And the Eastern Finals, how many times in the last 8 years? So if we get a better version of those guys, I think it's going to work out really well. So that's kind of my thought throughout the day is like, and also I've been saying this, dude, freaking rainbow face. Oh, I hate to warn you guys. When we draft AJ DeBonsa, if that happens, I'm playing that song, that highlight, like that is going everywhere, every second of every freaking day for the whole summer. Like that edit is being played everywhere, dude. So just a fair warning if that happens, dude. Dude, prepare yourself. Yeah. Such a good edit, dude. Such a good song. But obviously I can't play it or do anything here because I'll be copyrighted. But it's impressive nonetheless. And Spencer, crazy.
With Jaren Jackson Jr. and Lauri Markkanen getting touches, they might not view Utah as the best destination for him, whereas they like the Washington fit, and they know, worst case scenario, if the Jazz decide they don't want to take Peterson, they go with Boozer instead. Peterson would be the third pick to Memphis, which is a good destination, or the fourth pick to Chicago, or some team going over the top to trade into that 3 or 4 spot. So that's my gut feeling of what the strategy is here for Peterson. Nothing necessarily just about purely, I'm definitely going to be number 1 or anything like that.
What did the boys say? We're going to stream the draft watch party thing that's going on at Southtown. You're going to Southtown? Are you streaming like on TikTok or on YouTube, like just from your phone? I'm confused. You got to give me the details here, dog. You got to give me the details. I mean, I'll be streaming here, but like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to watch it. I probably won't be able to watch it live, but like I'll watch it back. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see a crowd's reaction when we pick. I hope, especially if you're going to be there streaming it and everything, I hope that it's not spoiled by shams or shams. I would hope that like right before the draft, everybody's phone doesn't go off. It's like, the Washington Wizards have been targeting Darren Peterson for the last 2 weeks, and Utah has settled in on AJ DeBonsa. And then you're just sitting there like, all right, now we have to wait for 25 minutes, and like we know what's gonna happen. Like, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's like a surprise where you're like, oh shit, Washington took Cam Boozer. Like, I hope that's what happens, but I don't know. You have to let me know. I hope not. Oh, it fucking suck, dude. Oh, it suck. Yeah. It'll be nice, dude. I'll have to check that shit out. Everybody, if you're seeing this part, dude, check out the Jazzmen next week, dude. Live at Southtown. It'll be sick.
Yeah, I think it makes...
Would be so lame. Yeah, it'd be fucking super lame. But it happens most years. Like last year, like you got notified before. Like that's why I just turned my phone off. Like this year for the draft lottery, I just turned my phone off. I'm like, I'm not even gonna fucking... So it'll be interesting for the draft lottery because I think I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone. Like maybe I can pull it up, but I don't want like copyright stuff. Frankly, like I don't want the NBA to come for my ass. So you know, I don't know what I'll do. I'm probably just gonna stream it on my phone and then just be sitting here like this, like, oh my god, DP went 1. And just like keep looking at my phone. So it may not be the most like entertaining of a watch, but the reaction will be nice. I would hope. But so yeah, if you're watching if you want to watch like live pop reactions that are like not me looking at my phone on draft night, Jazzman's probably the better option. I know T-Talk's doing it too, so they may be a better option as well. I'm just doing it because, like, fucking, what am I not? I'm not going to not do it, is my argument. So, but it's cool that you guys are going to be at Southtown. Totally different perspective. You'll have to let me know how it all looks and everything. The new facility and stuff. Because I know they broke ground the other day on it. So, should be interesting.
Gents, for Peterson specifically, I don't know that there's a bad fit. Like, he's going to have the ball in all of these places right now. For Keontae George, maybe not the best fit, but in terms of the Jazz, like he would be the building block, the #1 guy, right? Like he's going to have the ball with the Wizards, even if it's, you know, the Bulls, the Grizzlies, like he's going to be your franchise piece.
I don't know. Let's see. AJ says, I'll be honest, I like Walker, but I don't think he's good enough for this extension stuff to be as big of a salary or as big of a story as it's been. He's an elite offensive rebound and rim protector. He's also a good athlete and plays hard. There's a lot of questions about his game still. Yeah. From what I've gathered, I assume they are showing the draft on an outdoor screen of some sort. I guess Jazz Bear will be there and giveaways and stuff. Yeah, that's what I saw. It's like a big ass screen. First, like 100 people or something get like free Dippin' Dots or something. That's what Bowler Jack said. He's like, come get your Dippin' Dots. And I was like, does Bowler even know what Dippin' Dots are? Like, I don't. But I know that's a thing. Jazz Bear being there's dope. I hate to spoil it for you. It's just a guy in a suit. Don't hate the messenger, okay? Don't hate me. I just fucking ruined it. There's like a 5-year-old watching this, but also, if you're a fucking 5-year-old watching this, you shouldn't be. I swear. You know what I mean? But, yeah, dude, I hate it very too. No one is showing up for Dippin' Dots. What do you mean? That'd be the sole reason I'm going, dude. Free Dippin' Dots? Fucking cookies and cream Dippin' Dots? Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out, dude. That's just a bonus. I know you're not going there for that. But, like, if they were giving away J-Dogs, you know what I mean? Like, I'd go. Or, like, Far's ice cream? No debate. So why are we complaining about Dippin' Dots? Let's see. Wish we actually had Jazz reporters with connections on this website. Yeah, dude. Would be sick, huh? All we got is Chandler Holt and Ben Anderson, basically, at this point. So, we lost Tony Jones, dude. We lost Tony Jones. He's not dead. He's alive. He's thriving in Philadelphia. I won't turn down free stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at, Spencer. Never turn it down. If they're giving it away, thank you. Even like the whole like argument where it's like nothing's ever really free. It's like, shut up, dude. For me, it is. That's what matters. I don't care. I don't care that Ryan Smith had to pay $2 for my Dippin' Dots, dude. I'm sorry, but like for me, it was free. So, stupid argument. That's always been my view. You know, I don't know. Jazz, hey Walker, we will pay you $22. Walker, no, pay me $35. Jazz, no, nobody in the market is getting as much as an MVP center right now. Look, we can sign now or wait and see if the market changes. Walker Kessler, we will wait. Market doesn't change. Jazz, okay, so 22? Walker, I am upset you won't pay me 30 plus. That's exactly how it went, dude. That is exactly how it went. By the way, this Kessler news isn't new. McMahon has been talking about this multiple times this past year. Yeah, like, again, like we've been knowing about this. This report came out in fucking October. Like, this isn't new. I feel like picking Ace last year has made me much less stressed about this decision. We knocked that one out of the fucking park. And the crazy thing is, this next prospect has more potential than Ace. I'm really excited to see what our front office has planned for the draft day. I'm all in. Yup. Salt Lake City if the Jazz take Boozer over AJ. Fucking correct, dude. What a great tweet. What a great tweet, Colby, dude. What a good tweet. If we let AJ go to 3, that's exactly what it's going to look like. And if you think that looks bad, imagine Provo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm going to keep like going, I don't know here, but that is what the city will look like. I mean, I'm not going to say like the Capitol building, and like, I'm sure the church might be somewhere, like, or the temple. So we're not going to imagine those on fire, but like, in the building, like, nobody's dead in this picture, but like, the surrounding area is just fucking torched. That's what I'm hoping is going on in this picture. Like, maybe everybody went on vacation and there's nobody in town. I don't want people dying in this picture, Colby, but other than that, elite. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the fucking Boston Celtics Giannis rumor that came out today. Apparently Boston and Miami are the 2 locations he wants to go to. That's what came out today, or like the rumor. So, let's see this trade idea, dude. The Celtics receive Giannis. The Miami Heat receive Jaylen Brown. And Milwaukee receives Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Kello Ware, Casper Siakuchonis, Hugo Gonzalez, a 2026 first rounder, a 2026 first rounder, a 2030 first rounder, and a 2031 first rounder. So 4 first rounders. I don't hate it. When it comes to trade ideas, this is like one of the ones that makes more sense in my head. Like, I don't understand. I mean, Jaylen Brown with Bam Adebayo would actually be tight as fuck. I take it back. That would be sick. I just don't know if I love Tatum and Giannis. I don't know. Let's see. I like the thought of Boozer, but I'm set on DP or AJ, whichever falls to us. That's how I feel. Like, I like AJ. Or not AJ, Boozer. I like Boozer. We talked about it all day yesterday or all morning, whatever it was. I'm a big fan of Boozer. It makes a lot of sense with the West, with the whole Victor Wembanyama of it all and everything. But I've been saying it for a month and a half, dude. AJ and DP are the fucking shit, dude. Like, I can't allow us to pass on that. Like, that is, as I've said, that's how GMs get fired. Luckily, our GM won't get fired if he doesn't pan out, but that's how most GMs get fired. So, whoever falls to us, we take. Congrats, Cam. You're going to Memphis. I don't know if the betting odds have changed, but I would feel pretty good. Like, if I'm a betting man, as of right now today, I'm betting DP1, AJ2, Cam 3, Caleb 4. Which is so sick, dude. We're getting Rainbow Face at 2. What do you mean? But I don't know. That's not a bad trade for Giannis and Jalen, whatever. Dude, shout out to Wesley Ruff, dude. I don't know if you guys saw this. He's retiring. He's been the sports guy, I think, ABC for Utah. Literally like the sports TV guy in Utah for the last, like, since my whole childhood, basically. And I've met him like 4 or 5 times. Really good dude. So yeah, dude, shout out Wes Ruff for retiring, dude. Good luck on retiring. And then yeah, we'll have to. I'll just send you guys later to the KSL Sports or like Ben Anderson's page here, because there's a new episode of the Jazz Notes that they uploaded today, where Ben just kind of went in depth on what he was hearing on the Darren Peterson stuff. In fact, what's this? Yeah, we can listen to this. Do 51 seconds. I don't even have to send you their way.
A shakeup at the top of the NBA draft. Here's what I'm hearing with the Utah Jazz and the Washington Wizards. You've seen the report from ESPN that Peterson canceled his workout with the Jazz that was originally scheduled for this week. I've heard that is confirmed and Peterson will not be coming to Utah because his camp believes very strongly that he's going to be the #1 overall selection, and they believe that after the workout last week with Washington. That means he will not be coming to Utah, not because he's trying to avoid the Jazz. In fact, I'm told that the two sides have remained in communication. However, he doesn't think he's going to be on the board with the #2 overall pick. That leaves the Jazz selecting between DeBonsa, Cameron Boozer, and Caleb Wilson, with obvious ties to both Boozer and DeBonsa. For full coverage of the draft, go to KSLSports.com.
Oh, could you imagine if Darren goes 1 and we take Caleb Wilson 2? Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh, I like you, Caleb Wilson, but like, if you're in a Jazz jersey next week, oh my god, we're gonna have a problem. Which is nuts, because if you had asked me 2 months ago, I'd have been like, we get Caleb Wilson? Oh my god. But now that we have the #2 pick, I'm like, fucking, we got Caleb Wilson? Oh my god. You know, like, so that's kind of how it goes, dude. I don't know. Shut up, Ben Anderson, if you're not giving Ben a follow on Twitter or KSL Sports, whatever it is. He's the best insider for the Jazz right now, considering Tony Jones is now gone. So tweeted this last week and reminding fans that while not working out is not the best outcome, it won't scare the Jazz off from drafting someone. Even if Peterson doesn't come out or doesn't come in for a workout, there can still be phone calls and conversations together before next Tuesday. Remember, neither Ace Bailey nor Walt Clayton ever worked out in Utah before being drafted by Utah. Yep, that is the truth. That is the damn truth. Let's see, anything else really to ramble on about? Can't think of anything. Obviously, if anybody's out there watching, the 6 people, dude. If you want me to talk about something that you haven't heard me ramble on about the last fucking hour, then let me know. But if not, we'll probably come close to wrapping it up here. Let's see, what's Leaf Tulane got? DP1, AJ2, oh wow. Caleb 3, Cam 4, Acuff 5, Brown 6, Wagler 7, Birdies 8, Carr 9, Mara 10, Fleming's 11? What? And then Nate 12 and Snack 13 and Johnson. What? I like Cam Carr, but taking him at what is it, fucking 9? Chill the fuck out, dog. I'm sorry, Leaf, but chill out, dog. He may end up being like the steal, the Kawhi Leonard of the draft. I would not be shocked, but like, as of right now, take... What? Okay, dude. You do you. You do you, Leaf. You know way more than I do, so like, I'm not gonna like, knock you. Let's see. Exactly like I thought. This means nothing except for the fact that Darren became more confident that he's going first overall. Walker Kessler is strongly considering the prospect of a basketball future outside of Utah. Oh no! He's strongly considering the fact. Of course he would. If somebody's gonna pay him $35 fucking million, I'd be considering it too. But if he's gonna be getting what like the universe expects him to, he probably is gonna be back in Utah. So I guess it's smart to cover all bases and like think about that kind of stuff. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if you get in a helicopter, you might die. Like stuff happens. I don't know. If you're going to restricted free agency, yeah, it's probably smart to think about yourself going to potentially another team. That's smart. I don't know why that's news to somebody. Like, whatever. I expect it to be resolved, but I also think it'd be irresponsible to rule out a Kessler sign and trade. There's several solid options on the market who I like as cheaper replacements. Mark Williams, when healthy, is a really good player. Such a gifted big man around the rim. I guess that's Mitchell Robinson and Rob Williams are both beyond serviceable, but with health risks. Not to mention, Yusuf Nurkic was reliable for the Jazz all season. I'd like him back regardless of how the Kessler situation unfolds. Yeah. Only way Walker is on the Jazz next year is if we do a sign and trade. Yep. As you just said, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't envision him not being on the team at all. Like, why would you trade for Jaren with Lowry just to play Jaren at the center who can't fucking rebound, and then Lowry at the 4 who's not really good at rebounding, and then get Ace or AJ to play the 3 and they're not really good at rebounding? Like, I don't... Somebody's got to rebound on this team if you want to be decent. So, we need Kessler, frankly. So, like, even if it's 32 and it's an overpay, I think you do that deal and then expect to move on off from him maybe in the next 2 years or 3 years if you think it's really that much money. Like, I think it's so crazy. There's like, oh, he's not gonna... Oh, he's gonna go somewhere else. Like, I don't think so, bro. It's just smoke. It's all bullshit news, dude. He's unhappy that they won't give him a fuckload of money, and so he's thinking about going somewhere else that will give him a fuckload of money. Good job. I asked for a raise at my job, and my job said, let us think about it and look at the market. And so I went, oh, maybe fucking Amazon or whatever the fuck company. I'm like, they're going to offer me more money. Maybe I go over, like, it's smart to think about it, but then fucking, maybe your company comes back and it's like, fucking, bro, we're going to match that, pay you just as much, and now you're going to be in a winning situation. Like, stop being so fucking frustrated, dude. It'll work itself out. Worst case scenario, Walker, you lose out on $1 million. 2. Oh no. You got 28 million or 27 million instead of 29 or 30 or 31. That sucks, dude. I feel so bad for you. Like, I've never felt bad in that kind of situation. Are there even rumors on what teams would even offer him? Yeah, so is Chicago would do it. Brooklyn would do it. The Lakers would consider it, but that's the whole argument there is like with Austin Reeves and everything. So like they probably would for sure do it if they could get Austin Reeves out of there and like bring in a bunch of cap space, especially with like LeBron leaving. But that's not as solid as like the Chicago or Brooklyn. I think Dallas would maybe be interested if they have the cap space. Atlanta obviously would be interested for that kind of reason, but I don't know what Atlanta would have to offer like that we would want. I don't know. Again, the 8th pick sounds intriguing, but I'd rather have Walker than the 8th pick, which is a crazy thing to say just for our team. You know, I like the guards that are going from 6 to 10. I'd rather have Walker Kessler than one of them for our team. So I don't know. There's like not a lot of teams. I know Charlotte wasn't interested. But then like they went after Kobe White and all that. But he's also free. I don't know. Charlotte's probably interested, but Diabate's good. So I don't know. And then I know Indiana was interested, but then they got Zubac. So like they're probably not interested anymore. So realistically, that's what's funny. Why I don't understand why he's so upset and everything. It's like you should expect to be back in Utah because though like 5 or 6 teams that were interested in you, and you are now down to like 2. So I don't. I think he's just being a baby about it. Like, no offense, Walker. I'm sure I would feel the same way if I was you. So like, I don't knock you for it. But like, as a backseat driver that does not have even close to $1 million in my bank account, I don't feel too bad that like you're not gonna make 30 million and then you're only gonna get 27.5 or 28. Like, I don't know, bro. You do you. Let's see. So fucking sick of the NBA and the way these accounts and random ass reporters try to kick Utah to get a click. Yeah, it's fucking like make fun of Memphis at this point. Let's see. Plus, why would he want to go back into a rebuild? Like, we are finally gonna be good. Yeah, dude. Fucking, I don't know, dude. Like maybe Atlanta. Like, if you want to go to Atlanta, then maybe competitive and like Quinn Snyder can develop you, but they don't have the assets to get him, I don't think. And then fucking you want to go to Brooklyn? Okay. And then you want to go to Chicago? Okay. I don't like, is an extra 5 to 10 million worth wasting another 5 years of career? That's what I'm getting at. And it wouldn't even be 5 to 10 million, frankly, Spencer. Like, it would, like, raise your hand if you think Kessler's making over 30 with the labrum injury. Like, I don't think so. Especially the teams that we just listed, like, I don't think so. If it happens, then prove me wrong. I'll look like an idiot. But, like, I don't think he's making over 30. But I also don't think he's making less than, like, 27 or 26. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, he's going to make anywhere from 20 million to 25 million. I think you're fucking dumb. I don't think you understand the value of, like, elite rebounding centers and shot blocking centers at that age in the NBA. But, like, you do you. He's going anywhere from, I think, 27 to 30. So it's like a worst case scenario. We're like, we want to give you 27.5. And then the fucking Brooklyn Nets are like, we'll give you 31.5, brother. Look, would you rather be in Brooklyn, a notoriously not very good organization, even though they're in the finals with New Jersey, but like that doesn't, as Brooklyn, they fucking suck. Like if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and all them couldn't win over there, like what makes you think you and Yegor Jomin and Darius Acuff, like you guys can ball over there? You do you. So again, like that argument doesn't make sense. Like it's more realistically like 2 to 3 million, not even 5 to 10 that you'd be losing. Well, I guess over the course of the things, like, yeah, you're right. Over the course of the thing, it'd probably be more like 8 million. So like, I guess you are right, but you know, like, is it worth it? And it's, I don't know. And I don't know what like the collective bargaining agreement that's supposed to come up in the next, I think it's 2 years. They're going to renegotiate. Who knows what happens there? Like maybe these super maxes that come out of it are going to be like, fucking, you can make 530 million over 7 years. Like you don't know what kind of happens with that kind of situation. Like reminder, I don't know if you guys remember this. I know Jasmine brought this shit up. Mehmet Okur signed a 6-year deal with the Jazz. Like, people forget you could sign that long of a deal in, like, the 2000s or the 90s. Like, who was it? Like, Scottie Pippen signed a fucking really long deal, right? It was, like, fucking, like, 10 years or some shit. I can't remember what the fuck it was. So, like, there might be a point with the collective bargaining agreement where it's like, you can now only sign a 3-year deal is the most you can sign, but you could also sign a 3-year 430 million where, like, they can make a fuckload of money. So, I don't know. It may be better in a sense to, like, take what you can get now, because you're going to be able to make a bigger lump sum in like 3 years rather than go to a shitty team, make that extra 10 million. You're going to fucking suck. You're going to get injured. And then you're going to miss out on that big fucking contract in 3 or 4 years. Whatever the fuck it would be for him, right? So these players and these like agencies and stuff, they always think about this kind of stuff. I'm not the only one that's like thinking about these kind of concepts, but you know, like as you say, Spencer, is it really worth it? Is it? I don't think so. And also, Utah's better than fucking Washington in every level. So like, or not Washington, fucking Brooklyn on every level. So I don't know. Like, unless you really want to be like New York, like living in New York, that's kind of fun. I like the black and white kind of vibe that Brooklyn has. Like, I'd rather be a lifelong Jazz man and make pretty much the same kind of money than go to Brooklyn and then have a 8-year career and go to Europe or become Yusef Nurkic in 3 years. Like, that's a possibility for him if he goes somewhere else. So I don't know why he's envisioning a life outside of Utah, but can you do you, Walker? You do you, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. Let's see. Trae Young, sources say, is among the crop of big fish backup targets for the Heat if Miami cannot land Giannis in addition to Kawhi Leonard and Ja Morant. The renewed interest in Young could well have the current Wizards guard in position to command a salary on his next deal approaching the similar max contract he enjoyed with Atlanta. Huh. So that might... Yeah, the Trae Young situation might be why Washington would be interested in taking a guard now. That might have been a switch up, which again is like a win for us because we get AJ DeBonsa. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that would make a lot of sense if they're interested in moving off Trae Young. It makes sense. Let's see, top 5 front court in the NBA: Lowry, JJJ, Kessler, one of the best young cores in the league, Ace Keontae, and the number 2 pick. Cap flexibility contenders would kill for, a head coach the whole league respects, one of the best owners in all of sports, a front office with championship pedigree. Duck us if you want, we're coming and we're inevitable. The ones who get here don't want to leave. Except for Kessler, whatever. But I don't fully disagree with him there. Mock non-trade. Wizards get one of AJDP Cam at 1. Jazz also get one of AJDP Cam at 2. And also they keep Ace Bailey. Who says no? Fucking great, dude. That's a great tweet. That's a great tweet. Yeah, man. I think that's it, dude. Where we at? Hour 15. We can wrap it there. Yeah. What time is it? 10:40. Yeah, we can wrap it. But I'll stream earlier tomorrow is my plan. So like, don't think this is my only stream this week that'll be like watchable. We'll be back on early tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to be earlier. But I say that, dude, every time I'm like, I'll be there at 7, and it's fucking 9:30. So like, I don't know, but I'll try. I'll try to be streaming earlier tomorrow. But yeah, dude, seems like that's pretty much it for me. We've read all that. If you AJ DeBonsa or Darren Peterson or Cam Boozer, you are a Jazz man. Yeah, dude. Hey, dude, gotta be nice. But yeah, we'll head on over to YouTube, give our nightly shout outs, and then call or quits. Unless anybody has some obligation, but I don't see any difference unless the 4 people there. Again, yeah, dude, we'll just do quick shout outs. I had been shouting out fucking everybody, but then I realized that like I'm only going to find more Utah Jazz people as we go on. And there's people that, again, like Mr. Smiley Face and stuff that just don't upload as much. So, like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to be rude. But, like, I don't feel like I don't have enough time for all that shit, basically. So, I think I'm only going to shout out, like, anywhere from, like, 2 to 6 YouTube channels every night. Try to keep it, like, pretty simple. Yeah, Jasmine, you'll always be in there. Don't even worry about it, boys. NT Talk. We'll always be shouting them out. But the rest, whatever. We'll start out tonight with Wraith Hoops. He's a great dude. He's been making content for 2+ years, so give him a follow at Wraith Hoops. Sporty Spent 17. Great dude. He's been making content also for like 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer. But yeah, great stuff there. Jazz content like every month, every couple months. Yeah, at Sporty Spent 17. Next we'll do Utah Jazz DNA. We'll do Darren and AJ. They're great dudes. They've been also doing it for fucking years. This is nothing new. But it's kind of funny, again, Darren and AJ, and we're gonna get a Darren or an AJ, so it's kind of a pun. If only their mothers knew that when they named them however many years ago. But that's kind of the joke there. And then lastly, in fact, we'll shout out Salt City Hoops too. Salt City Hoops, they make good stuff, good podcasts pretty much every week. Good shorts talking about like the off-season plan. But yeah, give Salt City Hoops a listen. Good stuff there. And then we will do T-Talk Jazz next. Ty, Talon, and Jade. I don't know who they're having this week. They haven't said who their guest is this week. I would assume they probably recorded it yesterday or the day before. I know they do that typically. But yeah, dude, T-Talk. They do episodes every Wednesday, podcast format. Ty and Talon. And they interview people, basically, like Wizards fan, their sister, Thunder fan. Shout out T-Talk, dude. Every week, give them a listen. Ty Talon. I don't think they have any other social medias. I mean, Ty's on Twitter, but like I don't know if he's like promoting his Twitter in that sense. So, but yeah, just on YouTube at T-Talk Jazz Pod. Give them a follow. Good dudes. And then lastly, you guys already know, dude, the Jazzmen, the Goats. Give them a follow. New episode every weekend, Spencer. Every weekend. They aim for Saturdays, but it could be Thursday or it could be Sundays. I think. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Every weekend, the Jazzmen podcast. They've been doing it how long? A couple months? 3 months ago. So yeah, 3 or 4 months. He says, "Hey." Yeah, dude. Jazzmen podcast every week. Give him a follow. Weekends. Yeah, just weekends. I'll say weekends. You don't know which day. But yeah, give him a follow.
We've got a fun episode.
Spencer right there. You got Jav and Jake. Spencer.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jasmine Pod. It's Javin.
Jake.
And I'm Spencer.
And Spencer.
Today we've got a fun
The legend. Sorry to cut you off there, Spencer.
episode planned out for you guys. We're going to talk a lot of...
But yeah, dude. Jazzmen. Great dudes. As I said, every week, every weekend they're uploading stuff. Saturdays mostly. Okay. But yeah, dude. Follow them on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, at Jazzmen Pod. Or at Jazzmen Podcast. And I'm telling you, dude, you gotta get a Twitter. That's where most jazz fans are at. Is what I've come to realize is Twitter. But also Twitter's kind of crazy. I get if you don't want to be on there. But that's my only suggestion, even though you're already on every other social media, so like it doesn't fucking matter. But I don't know. I just think Twitter's got the most like jazz fan base kind of up-to-date content. But like also Instagram has it too. Like Jazz Nation News and like those kind of pages are really good with it as well. So you don't need Twitter, but I just want to follow you on Twitter. That's all I'm saying, dude. But yeah, at Jazzmen Podcast on every social media, basically. So, is Twitter dying? I mean, considering it's not even called Twitter anymore, I think yes. I think it's dead. I think technically, like if it's actually worth it, I'll do it. I don't think it's not worth it. Like again, if we go to like a lot of these Twitter, like these jazz fans, like 1,000 followers there. Like Danny's got a good amount of followers, 800 followers for Danny. Who else we got? Mark M. Mark M's got 2,500 followers. Big Air Bailey's got 1,200 followers. Obviously, like the main insiders, like Chandler Holt's got 2,200. Utah Az has 1,200. Like you get what I'm saying? Like there's definitely an audience for jazz fans on Twitter. In fact, I think there's a really specific demographic that you're not going to hit on TikTok or Instagram or really YouTube maybe. Like, I don't know the demographic, like from 32 to 45-year-old white man. Like, I don't know what the demographic is. But I think it's very clearly like a good source for news still for that aspect. I find it better for news than Instagram. Like, again, Instagram's kind of like, watch this crazy video, or here's some funny video, or here's your friend posting something. But like Twitter still, if you have like the right algorithm going, is going to give you like news that you want. And I've pretty much centered it to just be Utah jazz stuff. Like there's some other stuff, but pretty much jazz stuff is on here. Would probably just upload the shorts on there though. That's probably fine. I mean, to be fair, I don't really use it either much. I mean, like today I posted a few things. My most liked tweet about the Jazz so far. 24 likes, dude. Look at this shit. Darren Peterson on draft night. Good tweet, dude. Good tweet. So yeah, you don't have to post like all this stuff. But, like, if you look at this, like, I occasionally, like 15 hours ago, I post this. After that report came out, I put the AJ DeBonta gif, right? And then I put this where it's like Darren Peterson on draft night. And then I put, wild to me that Darren would rather be the #1 option on a historically uncompetitive franchise or go to a rebuilding team and the least attractive city to live in. Utah is a perfect fit, historic winning culture, rabid fan base, and still a #1 option. And then I said, forgot to mention we will also have a state-of-the-art practice facility and a fully renovated arena. So there's occasional moments where I do tweet this kind of stuff. But if you also scroll down from today, it's basically me just being like, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. So I think you posting shorts would be better than what I do. So I don't know, man. If it's just a different audience, it's like the same thing I said to Ty last week. I know people that only use Twitter. I also know people that only use Instagram. I also know people that don't use either and they only use YouTube. I also know people that don't use any social media. Like, I also know like coworkers or whatever, they're like young kids that mainly use TikTok and they don't use anything else. So I don't know. Like, there's certain demographics in certain areas, and I just think it's smart to try to cover all bases. Maybe later on, like once the channel's kind of built up a little more and it's kind of able to reach its own audience in its own way. But like, I think early on when you're starting out this kind of stuff, see, you're convinced me I'll get it set up soon. Yeah, I just like in that kind of aspect, I just think it's smart to use every social media branch you can to get them to your YouTube channel or like whatever social media you want to be your main. And like I haven't sat down and watched like videos that's like how to grow your YouTube channel. Or how, I just assume that's fucking how it is. Like, I remember years ago I'd see that kind of videos when I was like in junior high and shit, where it's like fucking how did PewDiePie get what, like fucking those kind of things. Where it's like here's what you should do, all those marketing tools. But I imagine those rules still apply from 13 years later, whatever it is. Like, it's probably smart to make yourself as visible as humanly possible. Like, it's kind of like the AJ DeBonta versus Darren Peterson argument, where it's like, Darren Peterson played how many second halves? Not a lot. And how many games did he miss? So that's why people were like, AJ DeBonta might go #1, because the fucking people saw him more. People knew what he was. Like, that's kind of the whole debate here, bro. It's like, you gotta let people know what you are for them to maybe be like, oh, I want to draft Jazzman podcast, you know? That's my view. It's obviously gonna be like a little too aggressive and too out there, but like there's truth in there somewhere that I think you can pull from. I don't know. Now obviously, like, there's no proof to my pudding at this point. My fucking tweets don't get any likes really, and my Instagram posts, other than like friends and family, don't really get anything. So like, there's no proof in my pudding. But like my YouTube subscriber count and everything, so maybe, I don't know, maybe just like maybe people see my stuff and then they go to the YouTube channel, as I said, and they funnel in, and then they don't follow me on the other socials, but they sub to YouTube. I don't know. But there's some kind of correlation there. I don't know. You do your thing, Spencer. I'm sure if you guys had no other social media like YouTube, just like TikTok, you guys would be fucking fine. So don't let my crazy delusional fucking Gary V isms change your outcome or fucking mindset on anything. It's just how I feel is the best way to go about it. But as I said, nobody likes my fucking shit. So, but yeah, give Jasmine a follow. They're the greatest, great dudes. They haven't gained any subscribers in the last 16 hours, so we need to change that. Somebody get over there at Jasmine Podcast. Give them another sub. Great dudes. But yeah, we're an hour 23 minutes. 1, 2, 3. So we will wrap it up there. As I say that, we got 5 people now. It's like, I hate to end on a high note, like a peak viewership moment, but like we also were at 7 earlier, so he's not the peak. But I do appreciate you guys watching up until now. If you're just now joining, I do recommend like starting from the beginning. An hour and a half ago, we talked about the whole Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonta of it all. So again, you don't have to watch this live. Most of my live streams are solely for people to watch back the next day. So I do not feel obligated. Anybody ever, Spencer, I said this to you earlier, never feel obligated to watch my shit live. Like, that's not, it's fun to have people to talk to and everything, but like, it's just easier to do this rather than like, and I'm sure you're aware, Spencer, than have to edit all this stuff and then figure it all out and then upload it. And, you know, for me, it's just easier to go boop, live, boop, and like make a thumbnail right before. Like, it's just easier for me. So again, You can watch it back tomorrow or the next day or like fucking that's what it's there for. That's what we're here for. Imagine it's just like a daily podcast kind of format for you to listen to whenever the fuck you want. Driving to work, I don't know, at work, in the shower, on the toilet, before bed. I don't care. Imagine that's what this is. This is not like a fucking gotta be there live. It's the Jimmy Kimmel show. Like, that's not. I appreciate it. I appreciate when you do jump in here like Spencer or the guys and like give me something to talk about. But I've said it, dude. I'll stream at 4 a.m. to nobody. I don't have an issue. So, but yeah, as I said, shout out to all those boys. Give them all a follow. Yeah. Without further ado, we will wrap it up. Do my own shout outs of my own channel and everything. Yeah, we'll start out with the Twitter. You know, Twitter link down below. As I just said like 5 minutes ago. Let's see. Been listening next day at work and it's perfect. Let's go. See, Spencer gets it, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it's just like podcast format. There is zero obligation. Like, if David Locke only did his show live at 30 minutes every morning at 7 a.m. and then it wasn't available after that, like, how many of you guys would wake up and watch David Locke at fucking 7 a.m. every day? You know? It's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to, like, you better be here at 1 a.m. every day. Like, I don't. Just watch it tomorrow. I don't fucking care, dude. Or, like, don't watch it. I don't. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate you, Spencer, when you do watch it. But yeah, follow Twitter. As I said earlier, it's just like, it's mainly just me tweeting out the link to my live. With the occasional, like, mindset stuff. Like, today, I should show this. I was going fucking at it with this dude. Like, it was... it wasn't good. If you want to go to my Twitter and look at my replies, go for it. But, like... it's like, I don't... We were going at it, bro. He's like, go into it. But like, it was very aggressive. And I started out, to be fair, I shouldn't like be too crazy. Like, it was Wizards being like, we're about to get Darren Peterson. Or, like, these guys all forced their way to the Wizards, fucking amazing. And then I gave my point where I'm like, dog, people just want to go there so they can get the Supermax. Like, that's the only reason they want to go there. And then I just kept explaining why. And then, respectfully, a Wizards fan tried to defend, you know, it's like, I'm not mad. Like, I do the same thing. It's what I was doing. I was trying to defend the Jazz because he was trying to, like, be like, nobody wants to go to Utah. Like, not really. It was like a backhanded, like, everybody wants to go to Washington. Like, so I had to, like, defend my team. But then, respectfully, he defended his team. So we kind of had a back and forth. And, like, I kept calling him dumb because he kept using, like, the letter R instead of, like, saying R, like A-R-E. So I was just like, bro, you're fucking dumb, dude. You're clearly not. I was being like a fucking 5th grader when it comes to debating kind of shit. Like, I was spelling things right and, like, trying to sound smart. But, like, my tactics was like a fucking 8th grader. So we're just going back. It's like an hour long, 2 hours long. We're just fucking going back forth. He's like, you don't know anything about being competitive. I'm like, fucking neither do you. Did you play college basketball? He's like, no, I was a boxer. Like, fuck it, we went off. But then like, at the end, we come to like a wholesome, I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry I pissed you off. And we're just like, basically just like, man, I hope you guys win. I can't wait to see you in the finals. Like, it went from being like, fuck you, to like 3 tweets later to being like, I love you guys. So if you want a funny read, dude, go to my replies. It was good shit. And then again, it's just kind of like, so that's more my thing. If anything, I'm more just like a fucking mean commenter on Twitter. I just defend my team when people post dumb shit like trade ideas and stuff. Like, that's basically it. But yeah, I had to mention, dude, fucking follow. Shout out Jasmine, I appreciate you. Let's go, Spencer. Where's the notification, dude? Did he? It's probably on the private, so like I probably shouldn't be like sharing the private, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Oh, Sleeper Jazz, dude? They commented on me? I think you're seeing the wrong guys, man. And then, what is this? I have to see this? What did I say? Okay, so I said, the only difference, the Jazz fan, yeah, that's when I went off that they haven't won or haven't done anything since 78. I think you're seeing the wrong guys, man. End of the day, this is Twitter, and both fan bases and franchises are on the rise 100%. That should be that. Yeah, I would agree with you, Sleeper Wizards, but like, you're also the same kind of fan base that were like talking shit for 2 weeks, and now that you're not gonna get AJ. Like, you switch it up. I don't know, bro. Yeah, dude. That's pretty much it. So yeah, follow me on Twitter. That was a big long ramble, but follow me on Twitter. Good shit there. My Instagram, that's also in the link down below. I'm not going to show it here because like I don't want people to see my certain private highlight thumbnail stuff. I'm going to keep saying that, but I should also be specific. I said it last night, so I'm going to continue to kind of keep saying it for people that haven't seen. My Twitter is all jazz stuff. My YouTube is all jazz stuff. My TikTok down below is all jazz stuff. My Instagram's not that. Do not go there expecting fucking jazz shit. Like, there's some jazz shit, there's some Eagles shit, there's some hockey club or Mammoth shit, but like, don't go there and just be like, bro, I love the Jazz. Like, no, it's like politics. Like, I did a whole thing on Elon Musk becoming a trillionaire the other day, like fucking the UFC event. Like, so if you're interested in only jazz stuff, probably don't follow me there. But also, if you don't have any other social media and you don't have any like way to follow me, then that's an option for you. But I should be very clear before you go there. I'm a left-leaning politically, and I'm agnostic religiously. So anything you see on there, if you're a hardcore Trump guy, or you're like a fucking hardcore, I don't know, Joe Biden guy, or if you think God is the greatest, or you think that Buddha was real, like if you're like really hardcore on one of those kind of topics, you're not gonna really like that kind of stuff. I'm very like, oh, what if kind of mindset, so you may not like my views in that sense, but I just thought I would make it public and make it an option for people like Spencer and like T-Talk and stuff that don't use TikTok or Twitter or like this kind of stuff, because I know that's a thing. So again, back to the whole branch mentality that I was telling you, Spencer, earlier. Just wanted to give people an option to follow me. But yeah, don't expect the typical content there. But there are stream highlights and that kind of stuff that's available. So I don't know. And I try to be funny. Like, I know I'm like really annoying on my Instagram, so do prepare yourself like for fucking a lot of annoying shit. Like, if you're gonna click on my Instagram story, like, expect fucking annoyance. But like, it's also just to put on my highlights on my profile page. Like, I would ignore my story if anything. If you follow me, just ignore my story and just, yeah, that's my suggestion. But yeah, again, it's there for all of you. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all in the description below. But yeah, that's it. We will do our normal thing with every night. Sub to the channel. It goes a long way. We are 2 subs, dude. We gained a sub while we were streaming tonight. Let's go, whoever you are. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're 2 subs away from hitting 100, so we're trying to get there by Sunday. That's kind of our plan. That's our weekly goal this week, is to try to get to 100. But yeah, smash the like button. That goes a really long way. The videos with more likes very clearly perform better. And the same thing goes with comments. Comments goes a long way. I've been doing the same question all month long. Spencer, you've already answered it, so you can ignore this. Everybody else, because I think you're the only person that's answered this. Who do you think the Jazz will draft, and who do you want the Jazz to draft? It can be one answer, it can be 2 answers, whatever. But the fun of it all is tonight, everything fucking got shaken up. You know, like if you would ask me yesterday, I would have been like, I think the Jazz take DARRYN, and I want them to take DARRYN. Tonight, it's I want them to take DARRYN, but I think they'll take AJ. So, answers change. Everything's fluid. But yes, that is it. Sub, like, whatever. Turn on the notification bell. I keep saying this. YouTube is really fucking fickle with that kind of shit. They don't always let you know that I'm live. And that's the other thing, Spencer, like why I think you should follow me on Twitter and all these other things. It's because YouTube fucking sucks. Like, you're not going to get notified half the time that I'm actually live. And if you are getting notified, it's like an hour later or like a while later. So I think Twitter is the best way to do it. Turning on the notification bell on Twitter, like, you will get notified every time. Like, from my experience, people that I have notification on, like Shams and all that, every fucking time. I don't miss it. So I think Twitter's the route to go if you want to be notified when I'm live. But I also do post on my community section on YouTube, like, you know, I'll be live in 2 hours or 5 hours, which normally isn't the exact timing. If I say it's like 8:30, it ends up being 9 every time. But I do give you like a rough estimate, like, hey, I'll be live tonight around this time. Same with TikTok. I do the same thing on my TikTok stories, and then same on my Instagram stories. So like, in that sense, like, you'll know that I'll be live roughly at the right time. But if you want to like get notified, like, oh shit, he just went live, or 2 minutes ago, like, let me turn it on. If you're like cool like that, I recommend Twitter notification. So that's the route. But other than that, if you are just like casually scrolling along the other social medias, you will be aware that I'm live. But also expect me to be live every fucking night. So like whether it's 6 o'clock or 2 in the morning, like in that frame, I'll be live fucking every night. So just expect it. And as I said, you don't have to be watching it live. You can watch it back the next day. So that's all I'm saying. People that want to watch it live, turn on the notification bell. If you don't want to watch it live and you like this in a David Locke kind of format and you just watch it back later, don't turn on the notification bell. Okay? You're fine. But yeah. But yeah. The signature but yeah for me. That's it, guys. Expect more shorts and everything. Like here's all my community notes. Expect more shorts and stuff. I'm going to try to start doing that more just because, not that I get a lot of views, obviously 50 views on the one I put out yesterday or today. But I think it does attract, obviously, Jasmine, you can agree here. I think it does attract viewership the same way like other social medias does. So yeah, expect shorts, I keep saying like videos, but I don't know how soon I'll be making like video type content, but it doesn't matter. That's it. I appreciate you guys. Let me change over the song. We've been live for 136, so that's certainly is longer than I expected, so whatever. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Great stream, dude. Only a week left of the mystery. Hyped to finally know who we get. Heck yeah, Spencer, dude. We'll find out in a week. Good shit. I do appreciate you guys for following and watching and everything. Again. I will see you tomorrow. Expect a lot of annoying shit on my Instagram tonight. As I said, I might just do that for the next hour or so. Have a good night, guys. I will see you fucking tomorrow. Haha. Peace, baby.
Cause honey, you and I are always on the run. Gonna be loving you. Saying, why do we feed the fire when we can breathe the flame? So let me hold you till the end. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you
I would like to publicly say at the end of this, I'm the first follower of Jasmine's Twitter page, so if you're following this, go follow @Jasmine Podcast.